If you had just $100, what would you do with it? Most people would spend it, a dinner, a gadget, maybe a new pair of shoes. But a small group of people sees that same $100 as seed money, the first step to financial freedom. They know how to multiply it, quickly, ethically, and without gambling or get-rich-quick schemes. And once you understand how they do it, you'll never look at $100 the same way again. Meet Alex. 2 years ago, he was broke, working a minimum wage job, and drowning in bills. One night, scrolling through YouTube, he saw someone say, "You can turn $100 into $1,000. He laughed, it sounded like a scam. But instead of dismissing it, he got curious. He started small, bought a used camera lens for $100 and resold it online for $180. Then he repeated it. Within a month, he'd flipped his way to $500. By month 3, he'd crossed $1,000. That moment changed everything. Alex realized that multiplying money isn't about luck. It's about velocity. He learned that money moves faster for people who know how to make it work. What he did next turned that small flip into a business that earns thousands every month. And in this video, I'll show you exactly how to follow the same path, step by step, without gambling, trading, or magic tricks. The first step to turning $100 into $1,000 isn't about what you buy, it's about how you think. Most people see $100 as spending power. The wealthy see it as opportunity capital. The difference between consumers and creators is simple. Consumers spend money to feel good now. Creators invest money to feel free later. Here's the mindset shift. Never let a dollar leave your hand without asking one question: how will this come back to me? Every dollar is a little employee. If you send it out to buy things that lose value, it dies. If you send it out to buy things that create value, it multiplies. When you start thinking like an investor, even small amounts become powerful. You stop seeing $100 as small and start seeing it as leverage. That $100 could buy inventory, tools, or skills, all of which can produce more money. Most people never get rich because they keep trading dollars for dopamine. But the people who do? They trade dollars for assets, even if those assets are tiny. Remember, a rich mindset can turn $100 into $1,000. A poor mindset can turn $1,000 into zero. It all starts with what you do next. The fastest and most realistic way to turn $100 into $1,000 is through flipping, also known as arbitrage. It's not glamorous, but it works because you're leveraging inefficiency, buying where things are undervalued and selling where they're in demand. Every day, millions of products are being sold online at the wrong price. You can find them in thrift stores, clearance aisles, Facebook Marketplace, or even on eBay itself. People sell items just to get rid of them, and that's where opportunity lives. Take that $100 and pick a niche: sneakers, tech accessories, collectibles, or books. Do some research, look for items that regularly sell for more than you can buy them for. Then resell them online for profit. Let's do the math. Buy 5 items for $20 each, resell them for $40, and you've doubled your money. Do it again, and soon you'll hit $1,000. The key isn't luck, it's speed of learning. Every flip teaches you what sells, what doesn't, and how to spot opportunity faster. Flipping is the foundation of modern entrepreneurship. It's how countless millionaires started, not with big investments, but with small, smart moves repeated until they snowballed. The third step is using your $100 to buy something far more valuable than a product, a skill that pays you forever. Because here's the truth: money comes and goes, but skills compound. The internet is full of free knowledge, but focused learning, the kind that turns into income, sometimes costs a little. That's where your $100 becomes powerful. Invest it into learning one digital skill that can start generating cash within weeks. Copywriting, video editing, social media management, or basic web design. Each of these skills can be sold online to businesses and creators who need help growing their presence. You can learn the basics in a weekend, land your first client in a week, and reinvest your first paycheck into improving even more. Here's what separates winners from dreamers. Winners invest in knowledge before equipment. Dreamers wait for the perfect idea. Winners build skills that attract opportunities. That $100 could buy an online course, a few premium tools, or even ads to promote your first gig. But here's the kicker: once you learn how to sell your skill, you can keep generating money for life. Because products can lose value, but skills print money forever. The fourth step is building what I call the cash loop, a simple system that recycles your profits into bigger opportunities. It's how you turn one small win into a machine that never stops growing. Here's how it works. Take your first profit. Say you flipped $100 into $200, and don't spend it. Reinvest it. Use that $200 to buy better inventory, better tools, or better education. Then flip that $200 into $400, then $800, and so on. Each round compounds faster because your knowledge and your capital grow together. This is the exact formula that turns small hustles into businesses. It's what every successful entrepreneur does. Reinvest early, harvest later. The mistake most people make is breaking the loop too soon. They take profits and celebrate instead of compounding them. When you keep your money in motion, buying, learning, reinvesting, it accelerates. The cash loop is financial momentum. The more it spins, the more unstoppable you become. The truth is, you don't need to start big. You just need to stay in the loop long enough for the snowball to form. Because once it does, even $100 becomes the seed of a lifetime of freedom. The fifth step, and the real breakthrough, is scaling. Because getting to $1,000 isn't about working harder, it's about multiplying what's already working. Once you find one way to double your money, you've discovered a formula. Scaling is just repeating that formula with more efficiency, more capital, or more automation. If flipping items worked, use the profits to buy more inventory or hire help. If your skill made money, raise your rates or build a digital product around it. The secret to scaling fast is systems. Create templates, automate tasks, and build habits that save time. The less you rely on effort, the faster you grow. Most people stop too soon. They hit $200, $300, and think that's the limit. But the truth is, momentum only starts after the first success. The hardest dollar is the first one. Every dollar after that gets easier because you're no longer guessing, you're optimizing. And here's the mindset shift. Once you've learned how to make $1, you've learned how to make $1,000. It's the same game, just different numbers. The real difference is that you finally believe it's possible. So now you've seen how ordinary people are multiplying small amounts of money, not through luck, but through systems. They shift their mindset, flip undervalued products, invest in skills, and reinvest profits to build unstoppable cash loop. But here's the part no one talks about. Most people can do this, but they won't. Not because it's hard, but because it's boring. They want excitement, not repetition. Yet wealth isn't built through excitement, it's built through consistency. Those who master patience, who stick with one formula until it compounds, are the ones who escape the cycle. So the question isn't, can $100 turn into $1,000? It's, will you treat $100 seriously enough to find out? Because once you do, you'll never chase money again. You'll know how to create it. Here's the truth. Turning $100 into $1,000 isn't about tricks or hacks, it's about principles. It's about changing the way you see money, time, and effort. Because once you stop chasing quick gains and start focusing on repeatable systems, wealth becomes predictable. Start by shifting your mindset. Treat every dollar as an employee, not a toy. Then, find your leverage. Whether it's flipping, freelancing, or building a small online business, Use your first profits to build momentum, not comfort. Reinvest, learn, repeat. The people who win financially aren't the ones with the best ideas. They're the ones who keep executing the simple ones. They compound small wins until they become life-changing results. You don't need a business degree, a huge following, or luck. You just need focus. $100 is enough to start a new chapter, if you stop treating it like pocket change and start treating it like seed capital. Remember this: the internet has made wealth accessible to anyone who's willing to think differently. You can either consume or create. Every dollar you spend is a vote for who you want to be. If this video opened your eyes, subscribe right now, because in the next one, I'll show you how to scale your first $1,000 into a long-term, automated income stream. You don't need more money to start. You just need to start with more intention.